When we have struggled so much, when we have gone through so much drama, so much disappointment, so much pain, so much of everything,
how do we
rebuild a broken heart? How to rebuild a broken trust in the self? How to rebuild hope? So I have the World, the Hermit, starting strong with major arcana cards. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune, definitely. And then the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there, I think. I'm gonna shuffle oracle cards. Then, okay, here I have listen to your body, unconditional love, acceptance. Then I have at the bottom of the deck barriers, grateful, and control. One thing that always breaks hope is our resistance to our dreams and resistance to ourselves. I know that many times, even when I have hoped for something, when I have wished for it, I get angry at myself for wishing it. I tell myself, it won't work. Or that's not okay. You should not desire that. You should not want that. So I think that acceptance of ourselves, and therefore acceptance of our desires, is the way forward. That's how we recover our hope. When we don't accept that desire, when we don't acknowledge that wish, when we don't think it as valid, then the confusion comes in. That's when things get complicated, because we start second guessing ourselves and our worth and our value. Especially if the dream doesn't come through right away or at all, because of this correlation between our wish and our worth, we start to get wrong ideas about who we are, about what we deserve, or why we didn't get it. Confusion just sets in when we don't acknowledge our desires, when we don't acknowledge ourselves in the desire. So now let's move on to the major arcana cards that we have at the top. And the question was, how do we rebuild hope? By remembering we are worthy. We are worthy. The World card represents wholeness. It's the last of the major arcana cards.
And just as the Fool was a complete being when he began his journey,
when he reaches the World, he realizes he was always whole. Through each step of the major arcana, through each evolution and experience of his soul, he was always whole.
Regardless of what he experienced as he journeyed to the energy of the devil, the star, the moon, the tower,
he was always complete. None of the difficult experiences he went through hindered or chipped away his worth, his wholeness. And then this one comes reinforced
by
acceptance. It's not only acceptance of the wish, but also acceptance of ourselves. Complete acceptance brings this feeling of wholeness, this feeling of acknowledgement of the self in all of its expressions. To be whole, you don't have to be good. You don't have to be holy. Wholeness and holiness
are not the same thing.
You don't have to be a saint to be complete. You don't have to be a saint to be acknowledged, to have worth. Even Lucifer is a whole being, is a complete being. Now that wholeness, that sense of being complete, is what turns the wheel in our favor. When we believe we are the world, when we see ourselves as whole and complete and fully realized people, then is when the wheels start to turn in our favor.
It is us who
sometimes, or all the times, block our progress. We restrict our blessing, so to speak. For this wholeness to impact or influence the wheels of fortune, the wheel of time, we need to bring light
to this
wholeness. We need to illuminate it as the hermit does. We need to see it, we need to realize it. We need to also let it shine. So many times, so many of us want to hide our true selves. And then we want things to work out when we act from a place of not self, when we try to pretend, when we try to hide. Now, there might also be many reasons for that, right? The world sometimes is not a friendly place, but we make it friendly the moment we decide we embrace ourselves fully. I saw a lady saying, you want to be paid just by existing. You want to be paid just by being you, but then you are not you. So how can you just be paid for an authenticity you do not show? It's true, isn't it? We hear advice like, be yourself. Everything will work out the moment you be yourself. But then confusion also comes in, and we start to question, but who I am? What does it mean to be me? Or We also might think, if I am me, I won't be accepted. So I don't think that's the way forward. Because I've tried being me before and it didn't work out. But could it be that the reason why it didn't work out the time you tried to be yourself is because you didn't embrace that expression? You did not embrace that honesty? You might have been honest, but in the background, there might have been a voice saying, you will not be accepted. They won't want you. They will reject you. This is not okay. And blah, 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 blah. And here we enter a chicken egg situation. Do we doubt ourselves because of trauma, or there is trauma because we doubt ourselves?
Do our experiences define who we are?
Or is the other way around? It's difficult to know sometimes. And that energy brings me to this card of listen to your body. And I think it's listen to your body because intuition is also in the body.
To me,
listen to your body means listen to yourself. As I said, the world is not always friendly. So you might say, well, I want to be my true self. I want to be honest with the world. I want to embrace that. There are situations where if I am truly myself, I won't be safe. Talking about being authentic, let's say you have been a very strong, a very masculine woman in your expression. As you evolve, you realize that you are not really masculine. You are very feminine, you are very soft, but you don't feel safe in that expression. Because let's say if you were to be very feminine, very soft, if you are surrounded by masculines that don't understand properly the divine expression of the feminine, you might be in danger. If your partner is not the correct masculine, even within your relationship, you might not be safe being your full feminine. So how can we talk about authenticity and embracing the true self when those type of situations exist? Well, that's where listen to your body and the unconditional love card comes in. There are times when your body, your mind, your intuition are telling you you cannot be your true self here, or you have to morph into a different version of your true self. What does that mean? That just as you can be a soft feminine, you can be a very tough feminine. You can also be a very strict masculine when you need to, because inside of you, both expressions of the energy exist. As a woman, and also as a man, you contain masculine energy and feminine energy. So when you need to be your authentic masculine, because your body, your mind, and your intuition are telling you you cannot be your soft, true feminine, then you listen. And when you do that, when you convert from a soft feminine to a stronger, steadier, sturdier feminine, doesn't mean you are not being honest or not embracing your softness. It just means that in your expression as a whole being, you contain more than one expression, more than one possibility. And one of those possibilities is being tough, confident, strict, with your boundaries, with the people around you, because your body, your soul is telling you it's not safe for you to be a soft feminine here. That's why this card says, listen to your body. When you listen to that body, light body, physical body, then you show yourself unconditional love. By modifying your expression, when it needs to be modified, you are also showing yourself that you love yourself unconditionally because you're looking after yourself. And that shift in expression doesn't make you any less powerful. On the contrary, it allows you to not have to exhaust your powers, to rather make it easy for you to probably defend yourself, protect yourself through that shift in that expression. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to, with the magician reverse, you don't have to move heaven and earth to be safe, to own your power. You can do it with ease. And you do it with ease when you listen, when you trust, when you love yourself. There are many different ways in which we can love ourselves, in which we can show ourselves that love. When you do that, when you embrace yourself fully, when you listen to your intuition, when you morph and modify that expression depending on the situation
or the people you're with,
and you acknowledge that those modifications to your energy, to yourself, so to speak, are part of who you are anyway, and that by or when you modify your expression, you're still being honest and true to yourself, then you can feel grateful to the universe if you want, but also to yourself. You can appreciate life more from that place. When you see your different colors, your different shades, and you acknowledge, yeah, that's me, I can morph. If you see the card properly, there are different colors, different elements that make her who she is. It's as if all of this energy here solidifies in her, because all of this that is not formed completely makes her. She chooses what to pull into her. She chooses how to express herself from here. She can choose from all of this energy to create herself. So you can do that too. And when you do that, then you have better control over your life, because you know how to create and from where to create it. There are times where you need to create from the feminine, but there are times when you have to create from the masculine. And there are times when, if you don't have a balance, full balance between both, you can't create at all. There are times when you need to come into neutrality and create from there. The percentages are infinite. The combinations of creation are also infinite. But note that regardless of the mix you need to create what you desire, at the end of the tunnel, at the end of the road, there will always be wholeness. There will always be happiness. If you have yourself, if you have your back, if you embrace who you are, you will always reach this energy. You won't have to walk it alone. You will be blessed. You will be embraced because you embraced yourself. So just as all roads lead to Rome, all roads will also lead you to your Roman Empire, to your happiness.